Hey, all right. Let's talk for a moment about Tony Fauci, coronavirus, and the politics of cruelty. So Tony Fauci is once again getting death threats. He went on CNN and spoke about it. And he talked about how even back with the HIV epidemic, that he got threats, but nothing like this. And how it didn't make sense to him, and this goes back to what I've said about an earlier video. This notion of an American death cult. That's what Trump is. That I think there's a number of Trump supporters that believe that maybe climate change is real. Maybe there is pollution that's real. Maybe, coronavirus is real. I think with them, I'm not talking about your just people who are nuts, racists and all. I think you have people who have a little bit of scientific background who know that, okay, coronavirus does exist. Even if it's not as serious as we think, they believe it's real. They know it's real. With them, there is a sense of this will kill off the blacks, the lower class people that we don't care about anyway. Also, that I think they like that America's an empire. I've spoke about that in other videos before as well. That if America ain't an empire, America ain't shit. That they don't want to live in a society where they're living in harmony with the rest of the world. That's not. It took me a while to learn that, but let me stay on subject. Dr. Fauci and his work at the CDC is important, but you have this death cult that hates science, and like what HIV is a good example. They think that HIV is a gay cancer, and that gay people deserve death as as a result of their actions, the penalty of their sins. They believe that. And back then it was crazier because people were like, if you sit down on the toilet after a gay man, you will get HIV. There was that kind of stuff out there. Ignorance. And I remember hearing some of that stuff even when I was in the barbershop and stuff. This just rage, just deep rage that gays deserve it, and just a deep hatred of gay people. I was in Charlotte. I was in a big city in Charlotte. So I don't even want to think about what it was like in the little small towns and stuff. It's the same thing with coronavirus. It's a little bit different because coronavirus is not something you get by sinning. But there is that, Trump calling it a Chinese hoax, a Chinese disease, Chinese flu, that China's, they're trying to kill us. It fits in with the Anon stuff that Trump is going after the child pedophiles and all this stuff. Oh, bullshit. Oh, bullshit. I just want to make the point, and I want to keep everybody with the understanding that the Trumpian phenomena goes far beyond simply this era. It was here before Trump. It'll be here after Trump. This narrative of everything a redneck knows is wrong, but it's just this. It's Jews. It's the Jews' fault. It's the gays' fault. And you read a book, even back then, it's like that doesn't make sense. Doesn't matter. These people are fueled by hatred, and Trump picked that up. They're gonna be here after Trump. They pick up your trash. They will wear badges. And they come to your house and you call 911. They speak at your children's school. They work. They're all around you. That culture of just, I call it know nothing, or I think Benjamin Dixon calls it the bumpkins. You can call it that. Bumpkins to me are just really like people who don't want to know or don't care about. They just want to live in a little cabin somewhere. Bumpkins aren't necessarily a threat. We're in a pandemic, and people are actively threatening one of the head scientists investigating a worldwide pandemic. They're know-nothings, but they're violent. Also, there's this sense that with the know-nothings, that they're losing something. Same thing with Kaepernick. They're losing something. And it's a great quote I heard a while back that when you're used to privilege, equality is slavery. And to say that when you look at these parades of boats and you look at these white men running around with guns, protesting quarantines, this is literal white privilege. I mean, like, you are literally going to the hospital and blocking ambulances because you can't get a haircut. You know, you are literally doing these things. Like, that is literal white privilege. Literal. And I haven't heard anybody really talk about that no other race could just go and get assault rifles and body armor and just say, you know what, we're going to run to the state house and force our way in with assault rifles loaded. No other race. Arabs couldn't do it. Blacks sure as hell did not think about doing it. You know it and I know it. So this is you know, these are the know nothings. Like I said, it's just this is the death cult. This is people that hate science, they hate logic, you know, and Trump really speaks to a people who don't trust science anyway, don't believe in science anyway, they don't care about it. They don't. They think that science is being weak, being a punk. You know, these are the people who are against, they just hate science. And so I should pray for Dr. Fauci. And you should too. Peace.